Yes. Welcome back, everyone. Well, as you know, we do a lot of interviews, and we cover a lot of subjects. But one came across our desk recently that just really, I can't even tell you what it meant. The acronym is STEP, and it stands for the Saratoga Therapeutic Equestrian Program. And joining me today is someone who's been on Look TV a lot, a good friend of the station, Andrea Jacobs Merlot.
Thanks for having me back.
Don't forget the Merlot, right?
No.
Okay,
No.
we got it. And the woman sitting in between us is Deborah Vincent. And Deborah, you're the Public Relations Director.
Correct.
Correct? For the Saratoga
Therapeutic
Equestrian Program. Say that 3 times for me real
Oh,
fast.
God, I don't think I can.
Okay, but what they do, of course, is why we're here. And I think the best way to wrap this, sort of encapsulate this, is hippotherapy. A word we're not all too completely familiar with, but it has to do with the program that you've created. Give us just an indication what this is like.
Well,
about.
Actually, hippotherapy, and I had said Latin earlier, it's Greek. Hippo standing Greek for horse.
Okay.
It's horse therapy. It's physical therapy on horseback. For anyone with special needs, we deal with people from 2 years of age up to 90.
Yes.
And we deal with autism, Down syndrome, CP, MS for older patients, anyone that's had brain injuries, certain types of any kind of injury. They come in and they're actually doing physical therapy on horseback. Their 1,000-pound therapist being
the horse.
The horse.
You know, it's documented throughout history that there is not only a unique relationship between humans and horses, but also this whole idea that there's a way, they're not talking to each other, if you know what I mean. There's a way that they're connecting, and the experience. Now, there are certain divisions within this program, right? There's a learning program for children.
Yes.
2 to 11, and just give me a little more information on that.
Actually, we go through a variety of different things. Starting with hippotherapy, we do something called step-up riding.
Yes.
Which step-up riding is for our children that have become what we classify as an able-bodied child. They don't really need the assistance because hippotherapy is completely assisted. They have sidewalkers, they have leaders. They are on the back of the horse, but that's it. Someone else has control, someone has control of them.
Right.
As a step-up rider, they have advanced far enough in their treatment plans that they are able to ride the horse on their own. They may start out with a leader just to make sure that the horse is behaving itself, and then they go out and they're actually learning how to ride a horse while they're taking physical therapy.
And you were mentioning that the rhythm of the horse and the way the horse actually moves, they relate to, and they can feel it when they're on the horse.
Absolutely. We have different size horses for different types of illnesses, ailments. Naturally, we need our larger horses for anybody like 16 and above.
Yeah, sure.
We have some smaller horses, and depending on what the child, what we call input of the body needs. Now, we're actually working with the brain portion, the brain working down in through the whole body, which is their physical therapy. Now, some children will come in and they'll have what we call low tonality, and we take a horse that has like a very concussive. Think of a big horse as like driving a huge Mercedes, and a small horse driving a small, little tiny car.
A Ford Focus.
Exactly. You're going to feel the difference in it.
Yes.
And depending on if they need that concussive movement, we'll put them on a smaller horse. That way their body's getting the input that they need.
Good. Let's cycle back on something here. Now, it's pretty apparent that someone with motor skill problems, some cognitive problems, you understand. What's the relationship with someone who's had brain injury?
Actually, we have a couple of brain injured children right now. We have one very severe child that's coming back for her treatment. Actually, what it does is it's working, trying to get the child to build the body structure back up.
Okay.
And the brain is doing all of that.
Right.
Actually, our director, Karen Stanley White, she's been a physical therapist for a very long time. And she is actually doing a study. Most of our children are autistic, not all, but a very large portion. Because when you're talking about the brain as being, the cerebellum being the smaller part of the brain, that's non-functional. For some reason, there's something wrong with that. And with the movement of the horse, We have no idea how. It's actually working to control the cerebellum, actually helps them with speech, it helps them with focus, and actually their tonality. When you're riding a horse, you have to have a certain posture to you.
Right, sure.
So they're working keeping the child's posture up, and it's also making them think. It's making that brain work. Because we're making their body work, your brain is what makes your body work.
You know what? I told you this was remarkable, and it is. Now, you're involved in so many interesting causes, and one of them is coming up. You can help. You can help this amazing organization because next Wednesday, August 6th,
Yep,
at Ciro's.
that's right.
How appropriate is that?
At Ciro's Funny Side Bar,
Yes.
which is being sponsored by Absolute. So Absolute donated citron, berry, and raspberry flavors, and they asked me to come up with 3 concoctions, which I'm calling Apsotherapy drinks. So it's Apsotherapy. You buy an Apsotherapy drink, and it's going to go towards the hippotherapy cause.
God, that's
And
great.
it was wonderful of them to help me out with this program. Of course, as I run super bands in the fall for autism, this is something that is close to my heart as well. So why not throw a party for a great cause?
Well, nobody knows how to throw a party like you do. And
Well-
also, you're so involved. Really, hats off to you. You're always involved in these very interesting programs.
Thank you.
Now, again, it's at Ciro's, the Funny Side Bar. Everybody knows that. Next Wednesday, August 6th, all the proceeds are going to help hippotherapy. That's easy for me to say, right?
Yeah, we're hoping to help the future expansion of the
The
STEP
facility.
program that they hope
Right.
to do.
I'm just going to say that they've got a facility. They're quickly outgrowing it as this form of therapy becomes popular and recognized. And that's where this money is going to help improve the facilities, correct?
Absolutely.
And expand the facilities. By the way, 2 friends of mine, Jay Yeager, Chris Toma,
Yeah.
providing music. So you know it's going to be lively if those 2 are involved, right?
I couldn't ask for 2 better promoters and performers
I know.
on that night, so I'm really excited about this. And 100% sun. I checked the forecast.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did.
so that's
Well,
gonna
I
help
think
too.
maybe you can control the weather too. That may be
I'm
one of
working on
your
it.
talents, right? All right, let's just recap again. Next Wednesday, August 6th. Food, fun. There's a silent auction to help raise money as well.
Absolutely.
Correct? And please go learn more about this. Google it, do whatever you need to do. But learn more about this because what an incredible form of therapy and this is, right?
Absolutely. If anybody's interested, our website is stepup-nfec.org.
Right.
They can go and they can look at videos that we have of our children. We take pictures and post them on there. Any eventing that we have going on.
Gotcha.
We are a private facility, so we don't give out our address, our physical address. Our telephone number is on there. If they'd like to call, if they'd like to call us, fantastic. We would love to have them come out.
Sure.
We have school groups that come out. They bring out their special needs children, and we do things with them. And I'd just like to state that STEP is a not-for-profit. We couldn't do this without the volunteer staff that we have.
Right, I got you.
Everyone that works there, including our therapists, we're all volunteers.
What a cause. All this information will be on our website and we'll push them through to you in case you weren't sitting there with a pen to get that website down. Thank you very much for coming in. We'll see you next Wednesday. I'll be over there. You going to mix me one of those drinks?
I certainly will.
You better.
Make mine a good one, right?
I will.
I think they'll all be good. And of course, again, the music's great too.
Yes.
So, all right. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, it's terrific.
Thanks,
Great,
Jessica.
Andrea. Thanks. To see this interview again, head to our website, looktvonline.com.